Hey, welcome back. Not sure how much I'm feeling it tonight. There is quite a lot to do. Motivation isn't running high at the moment, but I think I'm going to work on this corner piece here and see how things progress. Still got some work to do on that firewall. I don't know if I've shown you the inside of it all that much. I've got quite a big patch there and some blow through. I think where I was grinding the welds down, I've ground the material quite thin. It's not particularly thick in the first place, and I have to decide whether I'm going to persevere with what I've got. So I don't plan on grinding these interior pieces down. This is not going to be seen. Just finish welding those up. Feel like I'm chasing it a little bit. I had to go at the end of the last session, but today's work, I'm going to fabricate a piece to go in there, get that welded in. Alright, so that's that welded in. Pretty happy with how that looks. Making progress today, which is good. I feel like there's enough of my videos full of just time lapses of grinding, so I went ahead and did this without filming it. I've also straightened this piece where the windlace goes into. I'm going to hit that with a little bit of Pour 15. It's too thin to start to try and weld, so if it doesn't stick in there very well, I think I'm going to put a little bit of urethane in the bottom there. I think I may touch this with a little bit of bodywork, or maybe just leave it as it is. Press on to the next piece. Quick in out today, I think. I worked on that, shining a light from the inside. You could see the pinholes. It was really pecking my head, that firewall. I was going to say bulkhead. The thing is, it never occurred to me to do the welding from the inside, so I did that in a couple of places, and yeah, just working on this side piece here, you realise quite how thin it is, and the metal's just thin. I haven't overground it at all, so it's a little bit wavy and whatnot out on the outside here, but it's kind of how I like it. Little bit of, there was like a couple of holes bashed through there with some screws, so it's quite well deformed. This side, I'm not 100% sure which holes I need to keep and which I need to get rid of, so I'm reserving that for a little while. I decided to, whilst I was at it with the grinder, I decided to grind that weld. I'm going to go over it with a bead of seam sealer as well. This weld here I'm going to leave just like that. Just going to put some filler in these little places where it's all dented in. I'm quite happy with how that's progressing. Over on this side, I'm going to go ahead and, on this side, I'm going to go ahead and remake a lot of the steel at the top. So these bits here, I'm going to redo all of this, make that look real pretty. Started setting about it with the wire brush a little bit, cleaning this down. Like I say, it's just a quick 2 or 3 hours on this tonight. I feel like if I do any more, I'll start to rush it. A friend lent me this bead roller a while back, and I've never kind of figured it out or set it up or anything like that. But I tried out a bead on this piece of steel, and I think it looks pretty good, and I certainly think it looks good enough. I think this one's a bit deeper, but it certainly looks good enough to match in and have the beads rolled to match on the other side when I cut that piece. But I need to get all the sheet metal off the front, and that's a little bit of a, getting all the sheet metal off the front, that's a little bit of a big deal. I think if I'm going to do it, I'm going to need to make a H out of steel and use the engine crane to lift it off with. Next time I'm doing framing work, I'll probably just knock one of those up out of a bit of scrap metal or whatever, so that when I'm on my own, I can get the front metal on and off without denting and scratching it even more than it is. So yeah, it's getting on all right, doing all right. So I've exaggeratedly lifted the back of the hood just to see how, because there's this like extra gap under there when it's all loosey-goosey at the minute, and it like just pecking my head a little bit. There's this oversized gap at the front here. I've got a long way to go with aligning that front, but I kind of don't see the point until it's going to be bolted on and left on. I feel like it will get there, but with the back of the hood lifted up that much, it kind of looks all right. So I feel like lifting the front where the rad support is, once that's lifted up and it's kind of canted a bit better, I feel like it's going to fit better. I want to tell you that I really enjoy making these videos, and I really enjoy the feedback I get from you guys when you make the comments and engage. I really like that. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the subscriptions. Keep it going, guys. Thank you.